little one. So we're going to let those sear for a little minute here. And on my other pan, I'm going to add the Brussels sprouts to the pan. I just add them in. Let me see if I can show you. I got to go between the two today. Woohoo! So those are just kind of resting there, and then in a minute I'll put a little bit of broth in. And then I just put these in the pan. There was a little bit of oil. Always with ceramic, you want to use, don't want to use any steel on that. So I've got this is my favorite spoon. It's kind of like a rubbery spoon. I guess it's silicone. So we're just going to let it sit for a bit, and then it's going to get a little bit of browning on it, which is great. And our other Brussels sprouts are starting to get some brown on them. So just going to let that, you can see they're already starting to sweat here. A little bit of the oil. Yum! And then I'm just going to turn it back here. Hopefully you can see that. And I'm going to, they're starting to sear a little bit on the end. I don't want them to get too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little bit of the broth, but be careful because it's hot. And then I'm just going to put a lid on that so it can steam. And then I'll just keep checking that. Back over to our other ones as we flip. You can see I don't know if you can see they're starting to brown a little bit. And you want to let them sit a bit so they can get a little bit brown for sure. And I don't want them to burn, so usually what I do when they start browning, they're kind of getting to that phase right now. When they're, you got a little bit of color on them, then which it's starting to, then I add the broth to it. And you don't want to add too much because you don't want it like swimming in it so it boils in it. You just want it to keep it from burning. And then I'll just give it another second here.